It's a different environment. It's like sending IG to NA.
BLG changing up their draft this time around, knowing that neither team really cares about this Senna. So finally going to ban the Lucian.
The funniest thing is it's still an AD carry ban.
Yeah.
Two of them now towards the Shy in Kalista and the Lucian anyway.
Are you sure that the Shy wouldn't pick up the Aphelios?
Ooh. Actually, to be fair, in all seriousness, he probably would.
Yeah, he probably would. It was actually being played top in solo queue for a little bit.
Oh,
so.
it was too.
Yeah, so.
I remember some of the OC pros. Shout out to Pabu, I think I was watching him. We should all know Pabu. He beat Faker and All-Stars. Hey, but seriously, Jinjiao again, he's been looking stellar.
I was going to say, same draft, not much to go over here. Ooh.
Unless Meteor, hey, don't ever say same draft again.
Maybe I should start saying it more, actually.
Yeah, because
it starts
if that
changing
happens.
things up. Yeah, so BLG really wanting to get IG away from their comfort style of just, picking strong soul laners and snowballing them with the Elise with these dives. So Meteor going to go towards this Elise, and now, ooh.
Does Leyan do this? Third game in a row of Leyan, by the way. So we're not getting Ning tonight, obviously.
We haven't gotten him since their loss to E-Star, so.
Kicked him out until then.
Yeah.
Well, Lee Sin. I like this, though. I mean, Leyan's Lee Sin has been nice.
We saw in one of our highlights, I think it was against OMG.
I believe so.
How beautiful he can play this Lee Sin, especially mechanically. He's so good on this champion.
If you're that, what was the word you used? Not selfish, but the self-preserving? Self-preserve?
Definitely wasn't that.
But the way Leyan plays, Lee Sin fills into that quite nicely, but also rookie on the Syndra.
Yep. Just IG, blind picking, Puff, a strong champion he's comfortable on, then taking jungle and another strong soul laner for either rookie or the Shy. Typically how they draft.
You were talking about potential flex for Varus. Remember that Syndra can go bot? We always have to leave things open, but maybe a bit too ridiculous.
The way like how Puff would play, especially on this IG roster.
Okay, all right, because he is the brick.
Like when you put Syndra bot, you really are aiming to make a kill lane, and a kill lane isn't how you think of Puff and SouthWind functioning on this IG.
You would think maybe going forward here, the BLG start and continue to ban away solo laners that are left up. Now, the Shy, remember, one of his most played is Rumble. BLG take that away.
I actually think the Shy, Shy and Rookie both have amazing equalizers. I was going to say the best Rumble, but at least
That's
best
hard.
Rumble equalizers. But yeah, in LPL we have so many good ones. I feel like it's hard to say.
I think Doombee's still the best Rumble. So if we're talking about in LPL,
Doombe might be the best at using Rumble pressure, but when it comes to actually like using Rumble's kit to the full extent,
you think the Shy or Rookie?
I don't know. There's even Xiao, who I think Xiao's
really good Xiao has had some really good. Isn't it hard? We got a lot of good Rumbles in the league. We got a lot of good Azirs as well. It's good that they're banning away from FoFo. Do we go the LeBlanc route now? If you're IG,
you could, especially this time. You have a lot more tools to snowball in the mid lane. And LeBlanc versus Syndra is kind of a skill matchup on both sides. Early game, LeBlanc will have some kill pressure with jungle, but later on, that Syndra ultimate is always a threat to someone like the LeBlanc.
Ornn banned away instead.
Yeah, not a very Kingen-style champion, but still, it is something he can function on, especially if BLG want to go back to their strengths like Game 1, which was these front-to-back style team fights.
But at the very least now, you have availability of picking up what was really considered the best safe blind in 10.1, which was the Zoe.
Yeah, but also a lot of LPL mid laners weren't picking up the Syndra because Syndra actually is a pretty decent matchup into the Zoe.
Yeah.
It's very easy to hit the scatter of the week and get that kill pressure. And once again, your ultimate as well. Very easy just bursting down the Zoe once it comes into the mid game.
Especially when you have Syndras like Rookie in the league as well. In the past, Rookie's been a fantastic Syndra. Now, the Shy on Aatrox. Bit too standard.
I was going to say, I actually like this adaptation if you think about it, of this time, BLG have been counterpicking mid every game. This time they're going to counterpick the Shy in top and say, hey, you have been this team's big win condition. We're going to shut you out of this game. And mid lane just going to be, again, 2 control mages just pretty much clearing waves.
So no AD carry in the top lane, but standard. I mean, it's a bit odd. You were talking about the problem, though, if we're looking at SouthWind, who has the last pick. Varus Tahm lane.
Tahm Kench makes sense when you have so much single target CC coming out from the side of BLG. Sleepy Trouble Bubble, Cocoon, Dredge line, just so many things that the Tahm Kench Devourer can save you from.
But do we finally get Kingen in a position to carry? A total reverse of what we've seen so far in this series.
This is Kingen's play style,
Yeah.
and yes, we are going to go towards this. Actually, quite depressing that we don't get his famous Fiora, something he actually loves
Especially
very much.
against the Aatrox lane, yeah.
Right? He's something he loves in solo queue especially. Does have a hard time in the early laning phase, but Jayce, not going to have that same trouble, is going to do well in this early laning phase. Going to be harder for him as the game goes on, but we were actually talking about this earlier, that not a big fan of the Jayce, especially when it's so easy to force a team to come in and fight you when we do have things like Dragon Soul in the game now. But at least now we have Jayce up with the Elise, so a very famous, just up there with the Elise Renekton and like famous snowballing top 2v2.
So then if TheShy is in, I guess, like a worse matchup than we've seen before, is that shift for Leyan? Is he camping that lane still? Is he counter ganking? Like, where does IG shift now? Is it bot? Do we go bot with Leyan's changing?
I was going to say that's the tough. So one thing I want for sure is I want Leyan to look mid. We have a lot of good CC coming up from the Scout of the Week. We talked about on the Zoe. It's very predictable, very strong burst, 2v2. Just, you don't even need anything else to hit. Hit both ultimates. Someone is dead on the side of BLG.
You got to also look at the side of Rookie, like, you know, Rookie on Syndra as well has been both really, really great and really poor in the past.
Yeah.
So I'm curious how this goes, but a change in dynamic for Invictus Gaming. It does look more standard across the board. Like, when you consider that they've been looking at these 80 top laners constantly. The Shy's had weird picks, playing around with the double flex.
Oh, this is a very, very standard composition coming out from IG. Does have a lot more options in terms of playing these team fights. You actually have a frontliner in the Shy, but Shy doesn't really function as a frontliner in a lot of team fights, so it's always interesting to see how he comes in and does this. But you also do have a lot of pick potential coming out from the Scout of the Week, the Chains of Corruption, and the Abyssal Voyage for Tahm Kench, so you can pick out like stragglers across the map.
Stop hitting that. I just realized the shopkeeper, the beast, he hits it.
He hits what?
The big camel thing on the blue side shop, whatever it is. The little yordle just spanks the beast.
You said that.
Oh my lord. I'm very upset about that. Well, welcome to Summoner's Rift. If you're as sad as I am, let's talk about that a little bit later. Let's go into the game because, again, standard for IG when what we've seen in the series has not been, well, in different regards. But now for Invictus Gaming about where they path here. Kingen on a carry gets his chance to shine against TheShy, and finally we get to see how this matchup really goes.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see. We talked about how BLG have two styles, right? One that's very slow, but one that's all in on snowballing through Kingen's laning phase. So they've gone towards this one. We do expect to see a lot of action up towards the top side. And then even as the game goes later, actually, IG don't have a lot of hard engage tools, right? They don't have anything that just wants to jump on top of you like a Nautilus, like a Maokai, like an Ornn. So you can really abuse the poke and siege coming out from a Zoe, Jayce, Elise, as well as if he wants to go more towards an AP Kaisa, which I actually doubt in this comp when you already have 2 AP across the map, but still, a lot of poke tools, a lot of siege.
We've seen Zoe's with extended lane go pretty well here in the LPL, with early pressure towards the mid lane.
I was going to say, level 1, you're just always so strong with that Paddle Star, being very easily able to clear out the back line of the caster minions, so...
But I guess for IG, you're looking towards the kick or Scout of the Week to start up the fights, or maybe a big flank from TheShy.
Yeah, that would be ideal, right? You want a big flank coming in from TheShy, getting on the back line of BLG, combo that in with something like an ultimate coming out from Rookie, and then anyone you want is dead.
It's good Scout of the Week, though, in the mid lane. Now, it's not Electrocute, it is Comet here. As Comet does miss there in the end of the trade. I was looking at bottom lane again. Jinjiao and Xinmo, every start to the laning phase, have just been trading better. Another good trade coming through with the Halo Blades Kaisa. Notice also Puff has taken heal here in this game instead of exhaust. The SouthWind has opted in for that one.
Now it's going to be, we get to actually see Kingen try to abuse TheShy, so we want to actually see Meteor make his way up top and make sure that Leyan doesn't punish him before he does get the bounce back on that wave. Or you could always even look for something like a dive top, but with the wave bouncing back in mid, you always got to worry about someone like Rookie hovering, and you don't exactly know where Leyan is.
But I want to note that Lee Sin, or Leyan, was spotted out on a ward here, and Meteor can't clear that one.
Nope.
That was placed by the Lee Sin. So TheShy knows that someone's up here, someone waiting. Meteor's going for the invade as well, but Leyan is already gone.
Just annoying him that he wasn't able to clear out that ward.
Yes.
Ooh, but we're going to get a scuttle fight.
Okay. Look at the priority through mid. Rookie has the push.
Yep. You have push in mid for IG, but you have push in top for BLG. So looks like that Leyan is just going to accept, say, hey, you get the top Scuttle Crab. Isn't much we can do on this side of the map regardless. And just going to head towards his bot lane, which he does have pushing mid and pushing bot.
But look who's coming mid. Meteor in position now. Going to be hard with the big wave. Behind it, Rookie has the cleanse available, just zoning away.
Ooh.
Good trouble bubble landing. FoFo has enough mana. The max range cocoon cleansed away from by Rookie.
That's still a win. You blow a summoner spell, and even Xinmo, if you look at your minimap, roamed over from around the turret, and BLG are posturing like they want this Scuttle Crab.
So did SouthWind, though. He's got a level advantage over the Nautilus, so for now it looks like Scuttle will be secure, but you're right, a big summoner trade in the mid lane. And Meteor, yet again, looking to set up BLG.
And let's go to top. You know how good that Kingen must feel this game where he finally gets to come out ahead?
But how good's FoFo going to feel with Leyan on his tail?
He has flash.
But to use it, another key summoner down with the trade. Now the TheShy and Kingen are trading blows. And you're right, coming back to your point, Kingen must feel on top of the world. He's literally, have you seen Titanic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My God. Yeah.
Meteor's Jack, and I forgot what the chick's called.
I can't remember either.
I'll be honest, I watched it once, and all I remember was the car scene with the handprint.
Oh my God.
That's
well, the viewers all know the way that your mind works.
Yeah.
We all respect it. I mean, we should have known that.
Respect's not
we
the
should
right
have
word.
known when you pointed out the shop interaction.
Yeah, well, no, hang on. I never noticed that before. I think it's Blue Side Shop. He's got like this wooden item, and he's
Stop it. Oh my God. The hand motions. Oh. Well.
You've put me in this hole. I just want to say this. I
didn't make
am a respected individual of the
Titanic.
community. Or I was before you sat down at this desk with me.
Ooh, the lane is actually pushing
get me out
towards
of this.
Kingen, and Meteor is here now, and
Well, how does this go? Meteor doesn't have a minion wave to fight with. He's in front of it, looking for the cocoon. The flash away immediately doesn't hold on, so the TheShy's out. We look towards the bottom side because another trade comes through, and Exhaust burnt. That is 3 summoners across the rift burned by BLG. Or rather, burnt by Invictus Gaming.
yeah, I was going to say, that's actually a big win, but ooh, Leyan is here.
Coming up, Kingen might be in a bit of trouble. Looking to poke him down. Leyan's backing away.
I love the discipline from him, knowing that he didn't need to burn flash yet as well.
Yeah. And holding on to that one means he has it available if something happens at the top lane with Meteor sticking around. Leyan, oh no, he sees the volatile Spiderling. I think he cancelled in the end.
Meteor, I want to see Meteor just be cheeky and wait for him to recall and just set up this dive regardless.
I don't think Leyan's going to back there. I don't know. Here comes Leyan again. World end up the flash onto Kingen. He hasn't used Sonic Wave yet. He's dead. You talk about discipline. There it is from IG.
Yeah, that was... It seems like they were... BLG mind gamed themselves, right? They were waiting to set this dive. They were actually going to look for that cheeky play that I just mentioned of just waiting out the Leyan recall, but realizing that they could just all in Kingen and win out.
But now, how do they get out of this situation? Cocoon's there onto the TheShy, bursted down. There's a flash, trouble bubble onto the least in the flash forward. They might actually get both here. Leyan in trouble as well. Double paddle star, double kill.
But Rookie's still coming. He has his ultimate.
Yes, Scout of the Week, but Meteor has a Cocoon. Good dodge here from Rookie. Unleashed power not going to be used. He can't get into range. BLG win out.
Yeah, that was really interesting too. Like we said, IG just eventually putting 2 and 2 together, realizing, Kingen standing forward so aggressively. The TheShy just hit 6. Let's just kill him. Still FoFo able to roam up and come out ahead in the long run. You now have a 2-0 Zoe. And we talked about earlier how oppressive Zoe is when ahead. You get to set up this vision and really abuse people with these sleepy trouble bubbles and paddle stars from over walls.
Did Xinmo go and roam up for that play as well? I think he moved out of the lane.
It looks like he did, but I was just focused on all the cool outplays going on in the top.
Apologize to the audience for not spotting that one, but Xinmo is now level 5 in the lane anyway. You could see my question being asked because Puff here falls on that because TheShy's decided he wants to see a red buff in action. But Meteor's going to back away just as he secures it. But the point was that Puff bullying out Jinjiao on the bottom side of the map. He got 2 bits of turret plating from that as well. Even though it's only a 5 CS lead down there, bit of extra gold now in the back pocket of the bottom lane.
Ooh, actually, we're going to see what happened. Oh, so they all in, and they just come out on the losing end.
So he backs. Oh, dude, what is it with Xinmo and surviving on like 10 HP?
I know, right? It's like,
oh my god.
It's like it's passive.
Dude, every time. Last game was like 4 or 5 times on this Nautilus. And we start game 3 the same fashion, apparently. Dragon getting started here from Leyan in the bottom side, while Kingen's going to all in under turret. I don't know about that one, Chief. World Ender. Could be that for Kingen. He's getting ahead of himself.
Still, I feel like that was a pretty good trade. You just made TheShy blow his ultimate.
That's true. I'll take it back.
And that Meteor's on the top side of the map and able to force his Herald, but Puff is going to feel so good getting all these turret plates.
Attention here in the bottom lane. I mean, Puff getting turret plates. What's new here is Rookie is going to corner down the bottom lane. Abyssal Void, Xinmo can't get out. Kick against the wall. And now Jinjiao with a great ulti flash. But will this be his escape?
Nope.
They're going to be diving this with the exhaust. Rookie takes it. And SouthWind takes the aggro.
And I like this by IG because we think about game 1 and even the strong points in game 2, the carry was Jinjiao. He was the one ulting in, making these aggressive plays, and bringing the team across the finish line when it mattered. So I like that IG changing things up, not playing around TheShy, letting him accept his fate, and then Puff also, like Kingen, probably feeling good, like, hey, I get some gold, I get some attention.
You know what? Because he's been playing well so far in the series, but now it's like the attention on him. He's a big Varus. IG will lose first turret, though. So in the sense of getting that Rift Herald play, the push still comes through.
And we also talked about a lot early on, the difference between Puff and JackeyLove.
Yeah.
And it feels like JackeyLove is very willing to make these big aggressive plays, have the swagger to go in with
Rookie
Rookie TheShy.
IG,
exactly, right? It was great because he was willing to just run forward with Rookie TheShy. Puff won't do that. Puff is going to stand back. Rookie TheShy are going to go in, give him a lot of space to win out these team fights, but you don't have a reliable carry that, you know, hey, if something falls through on the other half of the map, Puff will come through.
You just said that, but in a 2v2, Puff is stepping forward, flashes forward. In the 2v2, Xinmo says, I am kaput. And a double kill goes over to the replacement of JackeyLove.
Making me eat my words, but still, hey, amazing to see them know, hey, we've come out so far ahead in terms of this laning phase. Look at our items. Kaisa's still sitting on a tier. We know we can win this. We saw from the last trade when we shut Xinmo down so early that we come out ahead. And we don't expect Puff and SouthWind to take advantage of these opportunities too often.
To further your point, though, I agree. Like, the stability of the bottom lane is always there, but there's always this slight chance that Puff and SouthWind will exert that advantage only when they know for sure.
I was going to say the difference now here as we look at our mini-map that Leyan is on the bot side of the map, right? They don't get that all too often, especially early in the split when Ning was the one playing.
Yeah.
Really never came bot, so feeling a lot more security and agency to make these plays.
Notice as well with that, they're going to get the bottom lane turret while Meteor is just around the area. Jinjiao and Xinmo getting poked out yet again. I'm not sure if this is correct right now because Jinjiao getting poked down shows you the pressure. BLG going to back away from this turret.
Look at the mini-map around mid. We actually saw Kingen move down towards mid, and we're going to see potential for BLG to find a pick. Nope, no potential.
Okay, they just burst down Rookie. He clears out the wave. FoFo takes a heal. Good dodge away from Rookie yet again. But again to that bottom lane. I'm going to take it back down to the bottom lane. Look, here we go. Puff, solo turret gold. 460. Second turret of the game taken down. Now IG are 3k gold up. And a lot of that is off of Puff as Kingen now. TheShy wants to take him in.
And he is going to.
And is he? Well, the flash away. As now looking for the range. We look towards mid as well. Scout of the week on top of FoFo. He flashes away and they punish Leyan. Rookie now in a lot of trouble as Meteor and Xinmo are on the chase, but won't have the utility to pull him back.
Great roam by Meteor, but especially Xinmo, who we talked about. We don't know him as this roaming support all too often, coming in mid, finding this pick. And I'm actually really surprised, going back to top, that Kingen was able to survive that trade.
All but unleash power onto Xinmo. Good stopwatch. Burn. Rookie has to let that one go.
Yeah, just good job by Xinmo. Rookie no ultimate, but still losing stopwatch is a big deal for Xinmo, you know? So potentially going to go down later on when he could have had this.
All right. What happened? Because Leyan was confident he could kick flash.
Good mechanics coming out, but Rookie not ready to combo any sort of CC with it.
Wait. Look in the bottom left. We've got a fight here yet again. TheShy's in a bit of a pickle. He flashes this one.
This is not his jungle.
He wants to go for a run. Look at this fitness guru going through as Meteor is going to say howdly doodly. There we go. Now TheShy, it depends how he dies here, but SouthWind here to help him up. Eat up your top laner. Guardian there. SouthWind now not going to sacrifice his life because TheShy says, I'm going in. Can he find anything? No, not just yet, but Rookie does get the trade kill. And IG are in the position to collapse here. BLG will not receive the Chains of Corruption. And FoFo gets out alive as well. Puff missing his ult. Unfortunate.
We actually, unfortunately, didn't get to see how that started with TheShy ending up in BLG's jungle, but still a 1-for-1, and we saw all the damage that IG can do in such a small choke space coming out with the Varus and the Syndra.
You got a 4-0 Zoe, though. So concerns are raising here, while Puff is still accelerating this gold lead.
I was going to say, look at Jinjiao's items, though. He's pretty far behind.
He is really far behind. We haven't said that at all this series.
So all of your initiative is going to be on the back of Kingen and FoFo. This is where BLG put a lot of priority early in the split, but again, we talked about these Jayce comps going into mid-game. Ooh, let's see what happens. Something apparently happened. Oh, okay, we're getting to see how TheShy ended up here. So coming in for the long flank, not beating,
really long
beating Angel's flank on Suning. That one still takes the cake, but this is a close number 2. And yeah, just I don't think we really need to describe this fight. This is just how it went. Eventually, Puff and Rookie do join in. Great scout of the week. Did have to flash for it, but still, trade 1-for-1.
Not done just yet. Xinmo coming towards the mid lane. Potential engage here. SouthWind is roaming as well. So Xinmo's just going to get out for now. Exhaust comes through. That's one stolen away. 3 people here mid for IG. They really want to push the mid lane turret with Leyan off on the side. Rookie gets burnt down though. FoFo does a lot. The Xinmo here going to get kicked back. He's going to get burnt down. Depth charge was used, but not in time.
And no stopwatch to save him.
Unfortunate this time around. Rookie gets his retribution, I guess, as Kingen trades the bot lane turret for it.
Yep, Kingen's still just trying to win out through the bot lane. Ooh, turret plate's pretty even.
It's Kingen got a lot, actually.
And we see the differing styles of this team.
Ooh, lands this time, though. FoFo. Okay, he's just out.
Yeah, IG just able to continue sieging.
By the way.
But still, as this game goes further, it's going to be really hard for BLG to execute their comp. Again, they want to keep having Kingen stay in the side lane, which eventually TheShy will be able to deal with it once we get, 2, 3, 4 items under his belt. I would say probably 2, 2.5 items. Right now, of course, Kingen does have an item advantage, so he should always be a step ahead of TheShy to where he will be able to deal with him in side lanes. Then it's going to come down to these mid-game team fights, which doesn't feel like we've really had team fights. We've had IG picking off BLG, which is good, so we don't get in a place where IG feel the agency to force an engage, because we see all the poke that comes out from BLG and the lack of engage on the side of IG.
Isn't it interesting, though, that IG, they're up about 4,000 gold, but we're not treating it like this game is, really in their favor.
It's weird because it doesn't look like that from watching how the game's going, right? It doesn't look like there's one team who's 4 or 5K gold up and pulling this other team around the map.
And also with IG, you got to remember as well, 4K for them sometimes means the same as 400 gold. As Trouble Bubble going to land yet again. SouthWind low, because FoFo knows where to go.
And this is what happens when you have vision control as a Zoe. You get to play over the terrain. And of course, TheShy doesn't have TP right now. Kingen had pushed in that bot lane, was able to move over first.
And he's sticking around towards the mid side as well. BLG have this push, but the wave clear from IG. Hard to get through right now.
The wave clear on both sides is going to be really annoying going into this mid game. And something like a Baron buff is going to be really important. Look at the gold, though.
Onto Puff.
Yeah, Puff feeling good. But still, I feel like if you're Kingen, you're like, hey, my team might be down, but I get to play some fun League of Legends.
And he hasn't died 3 or 4 times yet. That's the difference between the top laners here. I mean, to be fair to TheShy's credit this time around, only 2 deaths. And I know that sounds like a bit of a meme, but it's really not. Puff is actually getting our OP highlight here. He has farmed almost 10 CS a minute in this pre-15 minutes. That's what that 9.9 is there as well. And I believe over the other AD carry, I see the word for right here in Chinese. That's all I can see. Flash kick though onto Xinmo. Caught out yet again. I bet he wish he had another stopwatch there, Lyric.
And we've seen BLG make this mistake a lot in Game 1 as well, right? They don't walk mid, they just walk straight into their jungle. When IG already pushing mid, no one IG is showing on top wave. And of course, no one was in the bot lane, so really you can deduce where IG can be and where they should be. So just big mistake coming out from Xinmo.
Well, he's had some great plays. He's also had some moments where he's just gotten caught out severely. But Kingen coming in for the flank. Look at IG. Here comes Shock Blast. Here we go.
But no one here to follow this up.
I said, here we go.
Oh, wow. Oh, I thought it was going to hit. My excitement for nothing.
Oh, I got really excited. I thought, here we go. Again, Kingen's actually not going to go at all.
So that's your phrase to know you're really excited?
Here we go. Jinjiao, is he caught out? Scout of the week, cleanses away, but the flash into ulti. Syndra is a really high mechanical champion.
This is why Syndra is such a priority pick in the LEC, but...
Oh, what? Because she's a high mechanical champion.
No, because look at that damage.
Well, SouthWind going on a journey. They've found Kingen. TheShy comes in, forces the flash out of this. Jayce Xinmo again. Going to get pulled on back, but FoFo zones them away. And we've been deep A-ramming now for about 3 minutes. IG want to continue forward.
And BLG's comp playing from behind is very hard. You don't get a chance to set up the siege and poke them down where you want to. Of course, IG will be behind the minion waves. You need to catch those. So IG feeling like they're in a good spot. But we are getting to this next dragon fight. And if IG start, BLG should feel like they're in a good position to lay down this damage.
It's going to be a mountain rift as well, by the way. IG heading down. TP coming through here as well. So IG haven't committed just yet. There's actually a water side. Xinmo misses. Burnt out is Puff, though, with the heal coming through. You can see the damage as well. TheShy might have been caught out as well. Xinmo here frontlining for now. Good scout of the week with Chains of Corruption. Jinjiao ulting in the back into Leyan. But IG win the fight because of the combo that came through. And beautiful scout of the week from Rookie here, securing another double for Puff in ADC.
IG winning the fight because we talked about this is not how BLG want to play their composition. IG coming out ahead, they have the damage, they have the gold lead, which we talked about didn't look like they have, and now up to 8,000, they're going to be able to secure this Baron. And IG making that walk, not walk, more of a sprint towards that top 2 finish that they really want to get.
If they win this series, 11 wins. 11 wins right now, yes, can be caught. But gives the momentum here towards the end of the spring split for 2020. Now with that 8K gold lead you mentioned as well, there's a mountain there sitting waiting to build towards the soul. There's a Fed Puff, Rookie, and even Leyan to deal with on the side of BLG.
And we see BLG trying to be aggressive, Xinmo looking for the hook. Even as he hit someone like Puff, wouldn't go down. But we talked about how BLG's comp really just wants to kind of lay down the poke, lay down the siege, and how much damage is out. Great kick coming from Leyan and Puff, of course, with the Chains of Corruption, being able to pick off Xinmo. And once we get this far in the fight, you just have so much burst coming out from the side of IG and no front line for BLG to play this fight.
I feel like we've, or at least me, I've been bagging out IG for the majority of this series, like in their shortcomings, but they're the individual talent, right? Chains of Corruption, beautiful. Scout of the week, great from Rookie. Leyan's kick flash yet again, hits 2 people and stops Kingen, the most fed member, from doing damage in this fight.
And I love this. I was going to talk about how IG can look to do a 2-lane setup, have TheShy push out mid, rotate to a bot, or they can just group up as 5, not even give BLG the chance to play the game and clear this turret.
Well, they're flanking yet here again. Kingen's going to find TheShy and Leyan, but meanwhile the turret goes down. The poke coming through from FoFo's big, but they found a flash Chains of Corruption, and Nautilus is dead again. Scatter the week on top of Meteor. He goes up, but he's got to come down, folks. With World Ender on TheShy, Kingen takes the bait. TheShy flashes on in, and Leyan now with the kick. Sonic Wave, resonating strike. IG have broken the base, and BLG are falling fast.
Yeah, just finding those 2 picks. I wouldn't call it a flank, which is the way you started off. IG just actually running forward, but great Chains of Corruption coming out from Puff to start that off. TheShy going super aggressive. Leyan able to follow it up, though.
But can they end here is the question. With Scatter the Week with a poke coming through, IG say yes. The Cocoon doesn't miss, doesn't hit rather. And this 3-series day looking to come to a close in 22 minutes. Another Scatter the Week onto the Zoe. Meteor gets Sonic Waved on yet again. He goes up to the rappel, but this time he'll die. Xinmo with the re-engage, but he's not tanky enough. IG get kill after kill. BLG feed them.
Yeah, Xinmo having a really rough game especially, but the game's actually not over.
Okay. 17-4, but after one push, IG are ahead by 11,000. So that was fast.
Let's look at the bright side. BLG aren't down by 15,000, which they could be.
Attaboy. Keep it positive. Here we go.
BLG, the game has not ended. That is also positive.
That's also positive. But
Ooh.
I've been positive to BLG.
But look at Rookie's items.
Another Majai's.
That's not positive for BLG.
Well, FoFo had a Majai's on his LeBlanc last game, sorry. So why not? And although we've come through a very long day, it is now, we've been on broadcast for 8 hours. Thankfully, we have forecasters here in Shanghai.
Forecasters for 3 series, 7 days a week. I guess 5 for us.
5 for
still,
us. We got to watch.
We got to watch those other days.
I shouldn't say we got to. We watched.
We should.
No, but we do. You know what I mean? I mean, we do.
Confirmed on broadcast.
Hang on.
Not watching LPL.
Hang on. How
Headline
dare
that.
you? Dude, I live here, and apparently FoFo with another kick flash from Leyan is just dead. Puff walks forward, and IG say it's time to end the game. Kingen hasn't contributed anything in this fight because he's going to get bursted down from Rookie, and now IG are ready to take it home.
That game honestly ended out of nowhere with Leyan fighting that kick.
I mean, at this point, let's be positive. IG, 11 kills. 11 series wins, rather. It's been a long day, I apologize. But IG beating BLG. It started with BLG coming out of the gates running. But the last 2 games, IG say no and continue winning forward.
And here on the LPL broadcast, as you just said, we keep it positive. BLG won a game. There was League of Legends played. IG, though, being the ones to pick up the series victory. And they're still first place.
I mean, IG first place. That's great. That was a explosive series and a big way to end.
This day, I didn't expect these series to come out.
Yeah. I don't think I don't know what to
FPX,
say.
EDG going 3 close games. BLG, IG, again, BLG could have potentially 2-0'd, but that's not what happened. Let's celebrate the winners.
No, we celebrate the winners in Invictus Gaming.
IG playing super well. I really like to play, especially coming out from Rookie that game.
Yeah.
Leyan having a pretty good Lee Sin performance.
I agree.
And SouthWind as well.
I think Leyan in that last game specifically was fantastic. Puff has been consistent throughout. Puff is just again, that conversation of him being the... we're going to find a name for it. I said brick wall for IG in the past because he's structured, he's strong, and he keeps IG in place while Rookie and TheShy sometimes have horrible and fantastic performances.
Yep, I agree. We need to figure out a good way to kind of sell that, but he's consistently in an 8 or a 9, you know, in terms of performance out of 10. He's always there. So,
but even the bottom lane in this time around, the 2v2 kill, I mean, that's impressive
and
as hell.
He's the one that initiated that.
Yeah.
He's the one that flashed in aggressively. So, again, Puff getting some resources, showing what he can do on this team.
And we can see what IG look like when TheShy doesn't get the full priority. In the top lane, when it doesn't go completely right and Kingen gets his chance to shine, well, then the bottom side of the map started shining for IG.
And you know what feels great about this especially is we've seen times where TheShy ends up on Aatrox and has a losing lane matchup, and he'll just continuously try to fight and try to win and go 0-3, 0-4, 0-5, still be up 50 CS, so that's a win. But this game, no, he played weak side very well and just let his team bring him across the finish line, which, you know, isn't something TheShy typically does. And I like when he can do it because it shows versatility in IG's playstyle.
And people like Rookie and Puff can step up. Props to SouthWind as well on the Tahm Kench, who's not going to get much, you know, claps or whatever you call it.
It was a good pick into BLG's comp.
Yeah.
We talked about having so much single target CC. That's what Tahm Kench is perfect against.
I mean, Puff and SouthWind, the Varus Tahm Kench, it's kind of iconic of LWX and Crisp in a sense where that lane looks like a terrible matchup in a 2 versus 2. But Puff and SouthWind go, all right, it's not about the safety in lane, it's about the aggression we can show.
I was going to say, though, Tahm Kench is decent against other melee supports. Your trading power isn't too bad.
Especially level 1, yeah.
Yeah, so... But great job from the IG bot lane. It doesn't feel like we get to praise them too much for big performances like this. It's typically for their consistency, but they were really one of the driving factors, along with Rookie, this game.
Yeah, I mean, Rookie
bringing
had
the damage needed.
Rookie had a great performance. I will say, in this series, BLG, I think, are impressing me more and more, but in the same sense, I remember why this team is probably not going to be making playoffs. With a couple of errors we go through.
They might be shut out now. They have 9 losses, right? Yep,
Yeah,
9 losses.
if a team is 4-9 or even 5-9 at this point, the chance of them making playoffs rely on the bottom 4